So, speaking of longer running series, earlier. So, guys, you ready to talk about One Piece?
Sure.
Yeah, get a load of this. So, it looks like in the second issue of, basically the One Piece newspaper, it's basically a promotional thing they're doing for, with the release of Film Gold. I think, actually, by the time this recording comes out, it'll have already premiered in Japan, but, I believe they did this for the last movie too. They do this kind of thing every once in a while. Japan publishes their own newspaper just based on One Piece. That's kind of cool. I wish we had that kind of thing over here. The only kind of like the closest thing we've had to that over here would be. Do either of you two remember the giant spread that Oda drew for the New York Times?
Yes.
I actually own that. It's in my closet right now. I should probably frame that a little better.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember this. Hold on a second. I'm Googling it. Keep talking.
Okay, so while Josh looks that up. Basically, there was an interview with Oda in the second issue of this particular publication. And basically, in the interview, Oda stated that he has finished around 65% of One Piece. Which, basically, if you don't know, like... This is basically the equivalent of, like, whenever, like, Miyazaki is like, hey guys, I'm retiring. I'm not going to do any more movies after this one, except for this one that I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it is exactly like that. Like 4 years ago, he said that he was 60% done. So, what, he's only completed like 5% more of the manga in 4 years?
And around the time of Alabasta, I think he also released a statement that where he was like, oh, hey guys, One Piece is halfway done.
I thought it was around the red line. He's like, oh, they crossed red line. Now they're halfway done.
It's something like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Oda's original plan for the series was for it to last like 5 years, but that got the squash pretty early on.
And I think at that point he had the story planned up to like Thriller Bark or something, or at the very least, like he had planned everything in between.
Elements of it, I'm sure.
I think from what I have heard, I wish I could cite my sources a little better. I thought I heard somewhere that he pretty much had everything in between the beginning and Thriller Bark planned to only last like 5 years.
Well, I mean, I guess. Time slipped away from him, and that lasted.
I guess so. Yeah,
it took him 10 years to get up to Thriller Bark. So
basically, whatever Oda says, you just got to multiply that by 2.
Got to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you consider it by like volumes in terms of like how many volumes of One Piece have been released, then if you think of it that way, that means that One Piece would probably end around like volume 120 or so.
Probably.
So, to last up to then, it would probably take about 10 more years, which sort of feels about right. I can see like both halves of One Piece being around 600 chapters each, ultimately being around the same length.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I actually have inside information on how One Piece is actually going to last forever. Would you like to hear?
Oh, yeah, please do.
Sure.
Please tell.
Please do tell.
So what happens is Luffy is actually going to get a similar power that Blackbeard has, where he can consume 2 gum fruit. Or not gum, sorry, 2 devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to eat a devil fruit, but it's actually going to revert him into a child while he still has his adult mind. And he's going to go around solving crimes, looking for jewel elements of the Shikon jewel.
Uh-huh.
And as you can imagine, this will take quite some time. But in the meantime, while all this is going on, he's going to be a policeman that is kind of incompetent that sits just around the corner. So One Piece is going to last forever, and Oda is going to be placed in cryogenic suspension and woken up once every 100 years, rotated with Akira Toriyama and Gonagai for the manga reigning kingdom. So this is the truth that the globalist Shonen Jump people don't want you to know.
So wait, Josh, are you telling me that all those times Oda's like, hey, I got an ending, guys, totally. That's a lie, right?
That's right, and I'm risking my life just telling you this, but for the sake of the listeners of Manga Mavericks, I think, it would be the American way to tell the people this. So I'm going to flee to Russia, then Venezuela, but then get stuck in Russia reading manga the rest of my, yeah.
Be careful, Josh. Those Shonen Jump editors are persistent. They're blood hungry, and they will not stop until they hunt you down and rip your hands apart. And then they'll keep making you draw and draw and draw until you work yourself to death.
Togashi was the only one that got out there scot-free.
That's because Togashi knows too much, but they keep him barely alive as a means of torture.
That's probably close to the truth.
Josh, do you know how much money Shueisha makes? They could do anything to you. They could find you anywhere.
This is true. So there's rumor that they might even build a wall around Japan to keep those gaijin out.
Probably, yeah.
So we may never see another manga ever again. But no, for reality, for realsies, that's how One Piece is actually going to go on. So,
man, I'm really glad we had Josh on for this episode. We never would have had this insider information.
Yeah, I was going to break the story on Wave Motion Canon, but I didn't want to risk my fellow readers, my fellow writers' lives. So you're going to risk the lives.
Brave man, Josh.
So wait,
a true soldier.
No. Hold on.
I like where Sid's going. Don't complete that sentence, Colton.
No, I was going to say, so instead of risking the lives of your writers and your audience, you're going to risk the lives of our writers and audience, right? Is that how this works?
I actually have to catch a plane to Russia right now before I get snowed in, so.
Yeah, the longer he stays talking, the longer he's at risk, Colton.
That's right.
Who knows, they might be knocking at his door right now. Oh my god, did you hear that? Oh my god! Josh!
Colton,
they're
run!
coming for you!
Oh shit.
They're scratching at your door with ink pens.
Oh no. G-pens.
G-pens always hit the spot.
Oh no. They've got Togashi's catatonic body and they're using it to ram down the door.
Well, Sid, while you stay safe from the Shueisha editors, but no, real talk, I feel like, I don't know how to transition from that. I feel like in One Piece's case nowadays, I feel like there's a precedent for Oda giving this statistic, seeing as how, not a ton, but I think the end game is in sight, for once at this point.
No, because look at how they're treating Dragon Ball. They're going to bring Dragon Ball back. Or they have. I mean, it's on TV. You have Toyotaro doing the super manga. This is the current trend of manga. And they're starting to do this. And I feel like, to be 100% honest with you, it kind of treads a little bit on the original creativity of the creators themselves, the mangaka themselves, because now it's Akira Toriyama is just the man who created the property, and we worship the property more than the man himself, which I'm not trying to say that, we should worship these people, but except we kind of should. I mean, they created childhoods, they created adulthoods, for crying out loud. I mean, people at Kanzenshuu are still ciphering through interviews that Toriyama did years ago, and the same thing is going to happen with Oda. It's actually already happening with Oda. I mean, look at the One Piece podcast. So these things have become so monumental, and they are literally a license to print money. You have to remember that we're competing with video games and anime and all this other stuff that's much, much easier to access. They're not going to let Dragon Ball One Piece go. Never. So as soon as Oda ends One Piece, it will be 1 year until we start getting One Piece TV special. Look at Lupin. This has been prevalent forever. But I mean, Lupin feels different because it's we're trying to bring it. I mean, they're trying to bring these old, very, very, very long properties running back into the limelight and start saving as much money as they can for the eventual day when the machines rise. They have to take down the Terminator. No, but in all seriousness, I don't know if this dovetails into the previous conversation that we had of maybe some economic upheaval occurring sometime soon when all these series end, but who knows?
So you know what, we've been kind of talking about a lot of doom and gloom with Jump. It seems like this episode kind of has a theme.
Yes, it's because Josh is here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Josh, why do you have to ruin everything?
I swear that Wave Motion Canon's not nearly so Were
you going to say angsty?
Oh, it's definitely not angsty. No. But angry, I mean, sometimes it can get angry. It depends. It's not angry in the angry way, though.
No, not angry, Josh. Passionate.
That's true. Passionate's probably better.
Yeah, that's a better way to describe it.
Let's be honest, I take anime way too seriously.
Don't we all?
I wish we all did.
Not as much as Josh.
That's a fair point.
Like, Josh, you have that in your Twitter bio.
I did. No, I put it there for a reason.
I mean that sincerely.
I know. That's why it's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, Frieza, what are you trying to do here?
That's true. I do take anime too seriously.
Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about anymore.